Hey, I'm Ira. Recently we asked you a question on Instagram. What's the first thing you do when you wake up? Wow, you guys are so fit physically, mentally. Great stuff. But we also got a few answers that went something like this. Now, let me ask you a question. Yes, you who's watching us right now. What's the first thing you would do if your phone was not in your room when you woke up? Does that thought make you feel uncomfortable or aimless? And I'm not trying to preach here. I have the same problem. I feel you, bro. Our lives are becoming more wired, and hence there's an immediate need to take over and control our relationship with our mobile devices before they become the only thing that we deeply care about at the expense of everything else that makes life worth living. But no, we won't recommend quitting cold turkey, at least not right up front. We are an advocate of moderation, and we understand that this digital world comes with its own set of benefits. Think of it like a marathon. You gotta keep a pace so that you don't burn out before you finish the race. So, if you feel like your phone is taking over your life, here are 9 fun ways to digitally detoxify to maintain a phone-life balance. Before I start, I must get you some stats, quotes, and visuals to support the idea of why you must even consider a digital detox. According to a recent study by a research firm called Detox, an average adult is checking their phones 50 to 300 times each day and tends to tap, swipe, or click on their devices 2,617 times per day. That's crazy! Many studies have shown how increasing use of smartphones and social media can distract us from family, friends, and work, affect our sleeping patterns and posture, amplify feelings of anxiety and depression, and make us really unhappy. Dr. Anna Lemke, a psychiatrist at Stanford University who studies addiction, says, "It's a spectrum disorder. There are mild, moderate, and extreme forms." Ex-Facebook data scientist Jeffrey Hammerbacher once said, "The best minds of my generation are thinking about how to make people click on ads." He also followed this up with, "That sucks." And of course, to make you click on these ads, these minds also have to think about how to get you hooked onto these platforms. That means, at the very least, these things are meticulously engineered to form habits, whether you like it or not. Acceptance. Accept the fact that by limiting your smartphone use, you are going to miss out on certain invitations, breaking news, or gossip. Take a deep breath. Embrace the FOMO. Kill the notifications. Every time you pull out your phone to scan your feed, your brain is building a habit loop that reinforces itself to encourage the habit. The buzzes, beeps, emails, alerts, and notifications disrupt attention performance even if you don't interact with the device. So, go to your phone settings and shut them off. You don't want that kind of negativity in your life. Nuh-uh. Organize your phone's home screen. Social media is one of the main causes for our over-involvement with our phones. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, WhatsApp, these are some of the apps that scream for our attention all the time. So, shut them out of your phone screen. Make them less accessible, because building a new habit is greatly influenced by our environment. In this case, your phone's environment. Put the work apps in a folder with proper categorization and place the ones which you want to use frequently open. You can also turn on your phone's grayscale function on Android and iOS. This one makes your phone seem really boring enough to make you not use it. Screen time and digital well-being. Apple's iOS 12 update includes a new feature called Screen Time, which breaks down the amount of time you spend in each individual app on your iPhone and iPad usage. There is also app limits, which lets you set a daily allotment of time for a particular app or for an entire category of apps like social media, productivity, or entertainment. Once it runs out, iOS will gray out the icon and have a full screen banner telling you have reached your time limit. For Android phone users, there is a setting called Digital Wellbeing, which looks a lot like Screen Time. The main difference between the two features is that on iOS you can simply press a button and ignore it, but on Android you'll have to go manually and remove the limit. And there's an app called Siampo. Siampo makes your phone boring with a white background and bland icons. And they constantly rearrange the icons so you can't form the muscle memory habit of reflexively launching the apps. Use minimal phones. You also have an option of getting rid of your smartphone altogether. You guys must have heard of Minimalist Phones, which are basically phones that do a lot less. They range from most functional to least, and you can pick up the one that suits your needs the best. Devices like the Unihertz Jelly, the smallest 4G smartphone in the world. Seriously, they look like this. We looked them up on Amazon. They're this small. Imagine taking a selfie with these. Haha. But they're perfect for a minimalist lifestyle. There are also the 4G LTE Lite phone that can be used for calls, messaging, and as an alarm clock. Also, such a pretty website they have. Set goals for using your smartphone. Turn your phone off during certain times of the day. Do not bring your phone to bed. Charge your phone in a different room. Get rid of triggering apps like Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and Twitter. Use mindfulness apps like Headspace and Forest, which can help create new habit loops to stay digitally off longer. You can also check out a video on mindfulness apps right here. Digital detox scams. We Googled digital detox scams and this is what we found. Camp Grounded, summer camp for adults. It reads, where grown-ups go to unplug, get away, and be kids again. Campers from over 30 states and 8+ countries trade in their computers, cell phones, email, Instagrams, clocks, schedules, work jargon, and networking for an off-the-grid weekend of pure, unadulterated fun in the Redwoods. Sweet! Hey guys, you can follow these tips until we go and figure out new creative ways to detoxify. If we missed out on something that you have in mind, please drop that in the comments below. Until next time, peace out.